Hi, my name is Lennart Eriksson, and in this presentation I will give a high-level summary of the data analytics capabilities of the Umetrics Suite. I hope that after attending this presentation you will understand the power that comes with this best-in-class graphically driven solution for advanced data analytics. And as you will see, the Umetrics Suite represents much more than just sets of numbers that you can interpret. It also delivers unique visualization of data, extensive wizard functionality, and customizable plots, which maximize the usability and flexibility. The Umetrics Suite is made up of 6 different software components that are called MODE, Easy Analytics, SIMCA, SIMCA-online, Control Advisor, and Active Dashboard. And in the next couple of slides, I am going to give a very quick walkthrough of the intentions and the scope of the different software solutions. So if we start out with the first software that is called MODE for design of experiments and quality by design, you can say that the hallmark of this software is to make everything right from the start. Plan maximally informative experiments. And once you have such maximally informative experiments available, you can start to find out relationships between important regulating factors in your experiment, in your pilot plant, or in your production, and how they combine in, for instance, encoding an optimal yield. In addition, using the MODE software and particularly its capabilities for design space estimation and robust optimization, you can also find out how sensitive, for instance, the top of the mountain, the peak of the mountain is towards small fluctuations occurring when you're doing the experiments. And with this tool set, you can estimate the preferred or recommended operating condition, which we call the robust set point, in this plot represented by the crosshairs symbols. And around it, you can also estimate what is the risk of failing to comply with response specifications. The second component of the Umetrics Suite is the so-called Easy Analytics software. This is a rather recent addition to the Umetrics Suite, and it is about enabling everyday data decisions in an efficient manner. The Easy Analytics solution, you can say, is a guided workflow. It is a guided workflow where the user can only move from left to right. The first part is what we call data management, where you are importing data and merging data. The second stage is the data analysis stage, where you are visualizing and summarizing important statistics relating to your data. And the last stage is the data insight, where you are producing a report and also setting up how you want to communicate results to others in your organization. So with this rather univariately oriented product, you can define or investigate process deviations, process capability measurements, and also qualification numbers. And there are a number of different toolboxes implemented inside Easy Analytics. For instance, Western Electric rules and process capability analysis documentation. The third component of the Umetrics Suite is really the flagship. This is the SIMCA software for multivariate data analysis, helping you turning data into growth. And SIMCA is a very flexible and versatile software, and it can apply to a number of different types of data in research, development, in production. And on this slide, we're just exemplifying the analytical powers that comes with SIMCA, for instance, when it comes to understanding variabilities in raw material qualities. On this little plot, we see some spectra that are representing particle size distribution curves for different vendors to a pharmaceutical company. And as a result of analyzing the particle size distribution curves, we very rapidly find out that the green supplier is the preferred one, because that supplier is shipping the most stable raw material quality across the 2-year time span that this investigation campaign was encompassing. The output of the SIMCA software is often models that are deployed in a real-time setting inside the SIMCA-online software. The SIMCA-online software is there to help our clients and users assure manufacturing quality and success. And with the SIMCA-online software, you can accomplish process monitoring and early fault detection in real time. And the solution can be used both for batch processes and continuous processes. And here on this slide, you see different screenshots that are awaiting the process operator or process engineering when running this software. And the basic working mechanism of the SIMCA Online solution is to think according to a traffic light. As long as things are green, the process operates as it should. When it is yellow, we have a warning condition that the process starts to deviate out of the normal operating region. And if there is a red condition, the process is flagged as really out of control. It is a critical condition, and you have to start to look into corrective or interventive actions. Part of the SIMCA Online solution also contains something called the control advisor. So with the control advisor, we can look into the future and try to avoid problems before they arise. And the control advisor is, as I said, integrated into the SIMCA Online. So in order to understand how the control advisor is working or functioning, we're going to look at a couple of slides where we have so-called control charts being displayed. The control chart briefly has the time order or the batch age represented from the left to right in the horizontal dimension, and in the vertical dimension from top to bottom we have summary indices representing and visualizing how the current batch is evolving when being referenced against the behavior of past good batches. So we have a couple of red lines here that designate the upper and lower control limits for this batch process. We have a green line indicating the preferred golden trajectory, you can say, and we can see here where we are at the current time point for the process that is currently, or the batch that is currently being monitored. Now, with our technology that is existing in the SIMCA Online and the Control Advisor, we can also start to look ahead into the future. We can use what we call predictive monitoring or forecasting to detect and diagnose process deviation before they happen. So here we see the predicted future trajectory, and we can see that there is a little deviation here in this predicted future trajectory below the lower limit. We will be violating the limit some 55 hours into the process if we continue to run in this way. So with the control advisor, what we can do is to propose an intelligent change using what is called the advised future mode. Advised future is used to detect and mitigate process deviations before they happen. So at some point in time, we will recommend our users to make a little modification in some set point of the critical factors, and then we can have that sort of better or more ideal future trajectory. The final component making up the Umetrics Suite is the active dashboard for interactive performance insight. And this is a web-based production overview facility that enables you to compare and concatenate data from different units, process lines, or even different geographical locations in one single comprehensive view. Now, taking a bird's eye perspective or a vantage point perspective and removing the names of the different software components making up the Umetrics Suite, we can say that no matter where we are in the value chain of advanced data analytics, the Umetrics Suite has capabilities that will help you solve your problem in an optimal way. And this suite is the ideal platform to address the early and perhaps reactive data analytics questions of descriptive and diagnostic analytics. We want to find out what has happened in the past and why did it happen. But this platform is also the ultimate tool to address the more proactive stages of predictive and prescriptive data analytics. We want to figure out what could happen in the future, or what should we do to make a certain action come true, or perhaps even more importantly, how should we avoid an issue to happen. So we can get things right from the start. We can make everyday data decisions in an efficient way. We can turn data into growth. We can assure manufacturing success. We can avoid problems before they arise, and we can offer comprehensive and interactive performance insight. If you would like to know more about the data analytics capabilities of the different software elements making up the Umetrics Suite, we have 11 recorded webinars on YouTube that are walking through the different aspects of the suite. And if you're deciding to embark on this series of 11 recorded webinars, you should know that there is a small learning curve when going from one webinar to the next. They are like links in a chain, but you can definitely also watch the recordings stand alone. If you would like to have an introduction to design of experiments, I would like to point to webinar number 1. And if you would like to have an introduction into the basics of data analytics, I would like to point to webinar number 4. All in all, the webinars are there to help you to understand the data analytics capabilities of the Umetrics Suite. This brings me up to the last slide, and I would like to emphasize that with the Umetrics Suite, you can analyze your historical data, you can find the golden nuggets, but you can also plan future measurement campaigns in order to make them maximally informative. So the whole ambition and the whole goal of the Umetrics Suite is to help our clients and users by capitalizing on their data. As I said, finding the golden nuggets, understand how to modify things, change a little, and thereby grow a lot. And with these words, I would like to thank you all for your time and attention. Thank you very much.